Hello and welcome to NYCryptoTalk. Today I'm going to be doing a project review on Mobu. Mobu is a platform for building security tokens, offering up many services for the crypto space. So the security token market is not something I've discussed in the past before, but I do believe that there's a big market for it. I have done some research into some other projects. They will be upcoming as well. I wanted to break down what Mobu offers, as well as what their project entails, the technology behind it, the industry impact, the recent milestones, and just a general overview about what I think the project does. So here you can see here, this is just a simple breakdown of what Mobu offers. Mobu offers a KYC, an AML, and an SEC approval. So whoever wants to build a security token model for their business can do it right through the Mobu platform, and they can build a security token. So if you guys are not familiar, through standardized processes, if a company wants to begin an IPO, for a company, they could be spending more than $4 million to complete that IPO, which includes everything from beginning to end. So by going through the security token route, someone can actually start up the business for much less than that. There are platforms that have offerings that only are a couple $100. Mobu hasn't broken down the full specifics of it, but going through the cryptocurrency route through Mobu platform, they'll be able to do that for fractions, if not almost nothing. So there's a lot of great information here about the Mobu platform other than the KYC, the AML, and the SEC approval. There's also bank support for ICOs, investor account portals, escrow accounts, legal support, all built with smart contracts, being able to raise their funds. So it is a all-in-one platform for being able to tokenize your model or your business plan that you have. I did notice on the Mobu white paper, I just wanted to go through the Mobu tokens just more on the technical side of things on how it works. The Mobu token conforms to the Mobu ERC20 platform, and the Mobu 20 standard Mobu is an open protocol, which means that the Mobu token holders can visit any supporting exchange to buy and sell their tokens. So everything works off a set of smart contracts on the Mobu chain code, and basically everything coordinates directly through the Mobu smart contracts that are deployed on the Ethereum, but then also can be linked to other platforms. So right now they're mostly basing off their Mobu 20 off the Ethereum code base, but eventually down the road they could add it to other ones as well. So there are a lot of things when it comes down to securities that are beneficial to have on the blockchain as opposed to in a traditional sense. One being there's liquidity. If you have something like real estate, or if you have things like gold where someone might not be able to buy a bar of gold or a whole building, by being able to put it on the blockchain, you can actually split up the assets depending on what you want to do and how you want to set it. Through the Mobu 20 platform, you can actually break that up. So a lot more people will be able to utilize the platform as opposed to someone who might just have $1 million, $2 million, $3 million to be able to invest. So here you can see these are confirmed issuers on the Mobu platform. And you'd see here there's things like gold, there's coal mining sites, there's property development, there's a wildlife ICO, and they also plant wildlife ICO. So there's a lot of things that are confirmed being tokenized on the Mobu platform once it goes live. So to kind of understand where the industry impact is, there is a huge amount of things out there, from real estate to gold to antiquities to many other forms of art out there that can be tokenized. This allows for individuals to be able to diversify their types of investment portfolios. So by having a tokenized platform, you're investing against something like gold, you're investing against real estate, things that you traditionally might not be able to do in a security market. Obviously, when it comes down to security tokens, there are some other players in the game, Polymath, which I will be doing a review on. I'm not comparing apples and oranges here with Mobu versus Polymath, because I do believe that there's always a good thing when it comes to having multiple players in the game, having more people out there. They always work off each other. There's not many players in a security token market, so right now it's a very small industry in an industry, so definitely something to look into. But main components, if you just want to look at what the actual platform does, it's a decentralized token. It has an application layer, smart contract development, organized platform for security tokens. There's no technical expertise needed, which is a big thing when it comes to building something into security. Obviously, KYC and AML is a need in the security area, investment account portals, bank support from fiat to crypto, unique escrow services to ICOs, exchangeability support, technical support, legal support, lockup utilities to tokens. So there's a lot of functionality behind what Mobu does and how the security market does work. So there's a lot of information here on their Medium page. I definitely recommend you check it out. Mobu creating a network of confidence and trust and how it does, the authorization centers, the compliance, being able to make sure that you're meeting regulations, SEC approval for securities. They do work through many types of forms of SEC approvals. So Regulation CF, Regulation 504, Regulation 506B, 506C, and being able to do the due diligence that they do for legal providers, smart contract developers, and many, many other pieces of the pie when it comes to securities. So why use tokens? As I mentioned before, there are many benefits on using cryptocurrency tokens to be able to create your security platform as opposed to going through the traditional route. So there are fewer administrative costs. So as I mentioned before, there's a huge amount of money that might need to be spent to create an IPO. There are almost none or very, very few when it comes to tokenizing it through Mobu. Transparency is dramatically increased. Obviously, using the blockchain, there's a lot more transparency. One of the things that differentiates tokens on the blockchain versus traditional sense is things like the lockup functionality. There's an escrow service which allows for the funds to only be delved out slowly to the investor. So if investors want to pull back their funds, they have the ability to do so. So some things that the SEC or some other governing bodies might need to see, they have that transparency with the blockchain. There's also cross-border fundraising, which is made far easier than traditional routes. The change of ownership is much more rapid, so there's no middlemen with the parties. So obviously, with traditional markets, there are tons of intermediaries. It takes them multiple steps in order to get their funds. With being able to do it here, the issuer and the receiver, there's no step in between except for the tokens itself. The transfers are almost instantaneous, and you have access 24/7 to trading. So being able to get your tokens as soon as possible, get your funds, being able to own your tokens as soon as possible makes a big difference. When it comes to technology and being able to see a working product, obviously a big plus in my mind. If you go to their YouTube page, you will actually see they do have a MVP, a minimally viable product, the front end user face where you can actually create the tokens, and you should be able to see the platform. It is a very sleek platform to be able to see how the Mob 20 tokens are created. They become readily available for being able to distribute them through the token model platform that you're working off of. So there is also a roadmap for the pre-ICO and main ICO. So the pre-ICO commenced on September 1st, 2018. It ends on the 15th. The main ICO begins December 1st and then ends on January 31st. Looking at their actual roadmap for the product development, they have the Mobu utility token listed on exchanges by March 1st, the beta version of their platform on July 1st, the Forex Pan Am account on Mobu platform September 1st, gold mining company listed on Mobu by October 1st, crowdfarming ICO on Mobu platform by November 1st, and then development regulatory friendly crypto exchange by March of 2020. So their roadmap is a little bit far out there. One of the things that I'm just not as happy about when it comes to looking at their roadmap is there's some dependencies on their raise for their capital that I don't know if it's going to push out the date or just remove it from the actual roadmap, but they say if they raise 10 million, that's when they'll be able to build the Forex Pan Am account, and the crowdfarming ICO is if they raise $20 million during the ICO, and then the regulatory crypto exchanges if they raise 30 million. So I haven't seen any dependencies on if these are not met. Obviously, if we go look into the actual tokenomics and the information regarding it, right now they have raised $3 million and they still have a long way to go. This is just the pre-sale. Obviously, if you want more information about this, check the description in the link below, and more details regarding the actual cost for the pre-sale will be below as well. But if you look here, that right now they've raised $3 million and the hard cap cap is at $35 million. And you can see here the token distribution for the breakdown. So going into the actual project overview, as far as what I'm thinking about for security tokens, obviously there are some main components that I think are key. There's compliance. So allowing the SEC to regulate and monitor securities built off of crypto. This is something they were never able to do, and that's why there's the biggest issue right now with cryptocurrency and the SEC and multiple other governing bodies. They will have a full understanding of where things are going and the purpose of the projects, so there's less chance of fraud. So having a security platform is a big benefit for the SEC. So seeing platforms built for securities, being able to be visible, have a lot more insight into it, that's a big plus for compliance. So by allowing for gold mining, coal mining, gold itself, property development, many other types of projects where liquidity is not something that normally would be able to be there, being able to break it up into pieces allows for more liquidity to be in the network. So if someone wanted to buy a piece of a gold bar, they'll be able to do it, as opposed to being able to just own a gold bar, which might not be in certain people's reach. So obviously with regulation also will come big money, institutional money. So there's new investors that are around. And then of course there's transparency and efficiency. So blockchain offers transparency, as we all are aware. By using the blockchain, this information is readily available and the transactions are available. Also, this comes with many cost savings for traditional securities that they couldn't do. So by going through an IPO route, going through traditional sense, it can cost a lot of money. A lot of that money can then be spent into the project by going through blockchain. So I can see that there might be a lot more entrants or applicants for this type of platform than previously because of the security model, because of how it's being done. So the efficiency of doing things through blockchain for security tokens is a big plus, and I think Mob20 definitely has a big upper hand when it comes to the market and the niche market they're in right now for blockchain, since there's only a handful of security-based token platforms. So definitely give it a check out. I will link the information below, the website, and more Medium articles that I thought were really beneficial. Definitely check out their YouTube page, their white paper. I didn't want to go ramble with my white paper talk. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification for more videos, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks again for watching.